the question.
They didn't miss Brock Purdy at all,
did they? Purdy's value.
They didn't. Look, Greg Jennings said it well. I mean, Lombardi wrote it well. Greg Jennings said it well last week. He said these games they've lost, they wouldn't even be in many of them if it wasn't for Purdy. In fact, 3 of them they had won, and the defense gave it up. But yesterday, now their 5 losses this season are by a combined 23 points. The biggest one was 10 points to the Chiefs, right? Yesterday, they lost by 28. So they lost 1 game without Brock Purdy by more than the 5 they had lost with him. His biggest loss of his career as a starter is 14 points. So all of a sudden they get blown out. They couldn't do anything yesterday. They had pre-snap penalties, obviously penalties galore in general, but a lot of them were pre-snap. For some reason, they couldn't tackle. That's not related to Brock Purdy, but still, the tackling was horrible. But they had 5 fumbles. 5 fumbles. The Avengers, we got to retire the Avengers when it comes to the Niners. We can do them with your new team, the Eagles. They got Avengers. Debo, 1 catch, 21 yards. Dropped the pass that led to the interception by Xavier McKinney. Debo was a great player a few years ago. I still think he has greatness in him, but hasn't been great in a little while. So Christian McCaffrey, I just think the injury and maybe the age, but I thought he was bad with Purdy the last few games, averaging 3.7 yards a carry. Yesterday, he averaged 2.8 yards a carry.
And the whole team.
And then Juwan Jennings, who I think you called an Avenger too, didn't you?
No, I never called him an Avenger.
They clearly missed Brock Purdy.
So, and the whole team missed Trent Williams, the best player on the team, and maybe one of the best left tackles ever. But I knew this is what would happen. So this is why, Coach, you weren't here Friday.
You knew they were going to
But no. I knew this would be, and this is a perfect encapsulation of my frustration. On Friday, I went a little rogue, Coach, and Wilds asks the questions, and we had a Niners topic, and then I threw one out there. And I said, hey, just out of curiosity, if the Niners play well, if they win, what will it prove? Yeah. And Bruce said, call on me, teacher, and said absolutely nothing. Hold on, Brew.
I just threw it out.
I did. Because I was very curious because I anticipated this is what it would be, and I wanted everyone to be on the record. That side of the table said if the Niners win, it proves nothing. But if the Niners get blown out, it of course proves Purdy's value, which to me strikes a bit of a double standard. To me, both would have been super relevant. And this is relevant because now we know definitively, if there was any question, Brock Purdy is better than Brandon Allen. I don't think, listen, I will put him in the same bucket.
You were talking like you didn't know on Friday.
Okay. You want to set the record straight? You want to talk about, double standards? Nick Wright absolutely said, and he said this even just about Jaden Daniels, where that if you put in a backup quarterback, you have to, and that backup quarterback has great success, or the same levels of success as the starting quarterback, you have to question how much is that starting quarterback actually contributing. And this is what Nick Wright has constantly used to pull against Brock Purdy. Referring to even Jimmy Garoppolo, whatever it may be. We know that. So if Nick is saying that if a backup quarterback can step in for the team and do comparable, okay, then that shows you how good then it kind of pulls back how good you think the starting quarterback is. And if that statement is true, which he believes it to be true, then the opposite has to be true. That if you put in a backup quarterback and your team just completely falls apart and the Avengers are all still there, then what's the common denominator here? What's the factor and the variable at play? Oh, I know, Brock Purdy, the starting quarterback. And I knew this, as Nick knew that this was going to happen, I knew this was going to happen. So I took my notes. I went in and dug deep and looked at the stats, okay? With Brock Purdy, on third down, they are top 4 in conversion rate. They were 31st. With Brock Purdy, they have the 8th best scoring offense. Without Brock Purdy, 32nd bottom. They are top 4 in passing with Brock Purdy, bottom 10. First downs, total first downs. They are top 4. They average 22 a game. Carolina is the 32nd. They're the worst team in the NFL with 15. yesterday with the Packers? They had 11 first downs. Time of possession, they're second, 33 minutes. They were bottom, 32nd. Under Jacksonville averages 25 minutes. They had 23. I mean, it's just insane. And no, you can't just say, well, hey, that shows us that, of course, Brock Purdy is better than Allen. No. You don't get to do that. Because, again, Nick Wright did that same thing where he said, hey, Dak Prescott and Tua Tagovailoa, I think he even moved them up on the mountain because when they had their backup quarterbacks, it showed, hey, they're actually better because you could see how bad the team is without them. So why don't we offer that same type of perspective and credit to Brock Purdy? Christian McCaffrey was there. Kittle was there. Debo was there. Jennings was there. Juszczyk was there. Shanahan was there. And this team was a disaster. There was an absolute disaster. So yeah, pretty sure that if we want to play by these rules and we want to be consistent, well then we can use it. Because we know if Brandon Allen played great or played well, and the 49ers, I don't know, let's just say the score was, I don't even know, man, 28 to 21 even. You know without a shadow of a doubt, there would be some comparison of, oh look, that they converted more third downs with Allen than with Brock Purdy. Look, they actually had more total first downs. But you know it. We know it without a shadow of a doubt. And yet now it's the opposite. It's no. Trying to back everyone in a corner. That's not the way this works. It's not the way this works. I remember specifically them elevating Tua and elevating Dak, elevating, bringing down Jaden Daniels because when Marcus Mariota stepped up and played good, heck, the Commanders with the backup quarterback did better against the Panthers than the Kansas City Chiefs did. Yikes. So yes, did Sunday prove Brock Purdy's value? Absolutely. Is it just this floor value where it proves that yes, he's better than a backup quarterback? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because everybody has been crediting everyone else but Brock Purdy for the success. And so if it was all the pieces, it was all the Avengers, the coaching, that was all able to elevate this team so much and not Brock Purdy, then if you have a backup quarterback, you'd still look a lot better than this. You'd certainly get more first downs. You'd certainly get more third down conversions. You'd certainly score more points. If the team and the roster is so stacked and the coaching such a super genius that they just carry Brock Purdy along for the ride, you wouldn't have this massive of a drop-off. You wouldn't go top 1, top 2, top 3, top 4, top 5 in all these categories to literally lower than what's even at the bottom. Literally, they became the worst of the worst. They would technically be like in the 38th category. I mean, like, it's just wild. And to not see that, to not understand that, to not accept that, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. It doesn't make sense, honestly. It just doesn't. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the 49ers loss, and do you think Sunday proved Brock Purdy's value? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.